Welcome, everybody, to the Mind, Body, and Soul TV, coming to you live from our Denver, Colorado studios. Yes, it is the beautiful Rocky Mountains, as you can see right behind me. And if I took the wall off, you would see the exact same picture. So there you go. So we're going to have an awesome show for you this evening. But before we get into the details, of course, yes, we are streaming on YouTube Live as well as YouTube Red and at ConsciousEvolutionMedia.com. I'm your host, Coach Steve Toad. I'm the founder of Conscious Evolution Media for going on 13 years, long time and no time at all. So our guest for this evening is a returning guest to our network. Her name is Jen White, and she's joining us from the state of Washington, where Jimi Hendrix was born. And once I announce that, what else does anybody want to know? Jen White is an author, coach, healer, speaker, and many other things that we're going to find out about in just a moment. Welcome to the show, Jen.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Absolutely welcome. And so the theme for this evening is the artistry of change. And I can't wait to get into the meat of that. But before we do, so Jen, if I took away all these titles, author, coach, healer, speaker, and many other things that you have been called since you've been around the planet, if I take them all away, what's left? Who is really Jen White?
Wow, I've never been asked that.
Well, that's why this is Conscious Evolution Media.
You know, I guess to answer that, I would have to say that my life really started in 1985, which is few years after I was born, of course. I went through what's called spiritual emergence. And from that point on, my life just dramatically changed, and I made a commitment to God, to Source, to the universe, to be and do and go wherever I'm directed. And that's how I've lived my life since 85. Wow. And that's where Artistry of Change came from. That was an integral part of my life, everything in my life circled that artistry of change commitment and information and knowledge.
Fantastic. So I'm curious, Jen, what made you or asked you or requested you of writing this book called Artistry of Change, more specifically?
Well, going back again to 85, I became a sponge for learning about spirituality, and my channeling expertise really took off. I didn't even know I could do that. But the type of channeling that I did was information relative to this artistry of change, relative to helping people go through and master change. So it was giving information to help them understand what was going on in their life, why, and to enable them to make decisions of what is in their best interest. Back then, all of a sudden, one morning, I woke up, and in 20 minutes, I received information about this entire book, Artistry of Change. Artistry of Change is all about the process of change. If you can imagine like a manufacturing process, okay, like you're manufacturing some shoes. And it goes along this belt where the sole is put on, the heel is put on, and so on and so on. In other words, there's certain steps that happen, and they have to happen in that sequence. Mm. And that's what process of change is all about. When we visualize what it is that we want in life, whether it's a relationship, a car, a house, a job, whatever it is, that visualization is really not coming from us. It's coming from above. It's coming from our higher self. It's coming from the path that was designated we were to live this life. And so we
wait. So Jen, are you saying that we don't have free will?
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm
just
saying
checking.
We're always at choice. Even the path that we choose to be on or to stay on or to leave. But by and large, we are given the path to help us to evolve.
By whom?
To help us by our higher self.
Mm-hmm.
And the higher self, of course, is connected to the universe. It's like we're all playing this chess game where each of us are part and parcel of life as it's going on. And here, let's just say me, I'm to be in Maple Falls, Washington today, to do whatever it is that I'm supposed to do, to accomplish whatever it is that my higher self, that the universe wants me to accomplish. However, I can always choose not to do that. I can always choose to go move to Denver, Colorado.
Of course. So then I'm curious about who I'm talking to.
You're talking to a light worker whose commitment is to help all those people that come into my life that want to learn how change works, that wants help in making their life better. Whether they use my services.
Hang on, Jen. I gotta clarify again. I'm sorry, but this is just what I do on the show. So am I talking to your higher self right now?
Wow, you ask really good questions.
Thanks, Jen.
Yes, you are.
I am. Mm-hmm. But I'm not seeing your higher self. I'm seeing this lady in white.
Who is that? The thing about light workers, they're so intricately connected to their higher self. It's like we're not any better than anyone else, but the connection to the universe is so strong with us because we have chosen to help people at a higher frequency, to help communities. Which brings up Bellingham, Washington. Why am I even here? A year ago, I was down in California, and again, I woke up one morning and I was told to move to Bellingham, Washington. I've never been here, didn't know anyone here, but I knew that if I didn't do it, that push inside of me, that intuitive push that we all get, was going to just take off and become even more intense. And so I moved to Bellingham. Why? I didn't know. I just knew I was supposed to. And that's the way light workers are. And that's why
But who is the one, Jen, who is the one that knew this? Who's that?
Well, I've gone through this same situation several times in my life where I was told to go somewhere, and I did. And if I didn't, the intensity was ridiculously intense.
Okay.
So I come to Bellingham, and lo and behold, there are other people who are also light workers who received that same message to just pick up and move to Bellingham.
So what's in Bellingham?
We don't know.
Obviously, Jen is there.
From what I've learned the past year, there's a major shift, an energy shift going on in this general area. And the light workers that were sent here, myself included, our energy is needed to help make that shift. So, Artistry of Change is quite appropriate for this area. And after 30 some years, life out there in the general community is ready to hear this information.
And how do you have confirmation of that? Or what is the confirmation that they are ready?
The confirmation that I've received so far is that I am where I'm supposed to be and that the timing is fast approaching for this information to get out there. How it's going to get out there, I don't know yet. But I've learned not to question how, just to flow with life. And that's also part of the artistry of change, is to have trust and faith.
It's beautiful. So, you know, you mentioned the universe a number of times in our dialogue, and I had scientists on the show, many of them, and when I asked them the question, does the universe really exist? You know what they say?
Please tell me.
Maybe.
Well, you know, there's something, I don't know if you want to call it universe. I don't know what word you even want to use, but there's an energy that has a higher frequency than us and has a higher degree of knowledge and power than us. And it knows how to guide us to evolvement, especially now. Especially by that I mean we are really questioning in this country certain situations that is really bringing to the forefront what is important, and that questioning period is making us become more aware of the positiveness that is needed in the world today.
Interesting.
Boy, we've got onto so many different subjects, Steve.
It's quite all right. This is how it goes. So, I'm curious about I'm curious about a number of things. One is, in my experience, I noticed that most people are not open to change. In fact, they resist it like crazy. So, what can you say about that? So, how do we make this process work when people are resisting it like crazy?
Let me answer it this way. There are 3 levels of clients that come to a counselor, facilitator, or mentor. The first, level 1, someone's coming to you and they're crying and complaining and bitching about what's going on in their life. They can't take it any longer. But guess what? They don't want to change. They just want to vent. Level 2 client comes to you and complains and cries and bitches about what's going on in their life, and they want you to live their life for them.
And to fix it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, level 3 clients are my type of clients. They come to you, they're explaining what's going on in their life, they're upset, just like anyone else would be, but they're ready, willing, and committed to making change in their life. Those people you can help. And here's the other thing. Any one person who makes a change in their life, it's a domino effect. It affects automatically anyone that they deal with in their life. Automatically. Because their frequency of energy changes, therefore other people's frequency of energy changes who interrelate with them. That's how it has to work. You can't force people to change. They don't want to, like you said. It's only those specific ones that are open, that are willing to take the risk of taking, new beliefs, new priorities, new direction in their life, and letting go of the bottlenecks that are holding them back.
Yeah, so the other thing that I'm curious about, Jen, is I didn't mention this because you have a lot of things that you do, but it's quite long, your repertoire, and your toolbox is quite big. But you're also a Reiki master, so you know about energy, right? And you know
Yes.
about healing, obviously. So what I'm curious about is, do you think that what we're doing right now, like we're having this show, this TV show, do you think it's real?
Well, it's real for only those people that have the inclination to watch the show. It's not real for those people who aren't ready to hear what we're talking about.
Hmm.
Reality is, as they say, an illusion. The reality is what we want the reality to be.
So are you really saying, I'm just again checking this out, are you really saying that we are so powerful that we can create our reality to be anything we want it to be?
Yes and no. By that, I mean, let's say you were born with brown hair and you've always wanted to be a natural born blonde.
Well, for me, it happened the other way.
Oh, okay.
Well, I used to be blonde, and now look what
Okay.
happened.
Well, this lifetime, you can never be a natural born, whatever, blonde if you were born with brown hair, not natural born. Next lifetime, you will be a natural born blonde because your intention is there. Intention is what creates our reality. It creates the direction of our life.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing in that, Jen, and again, I'm just checking it out. So we are so powerful, is what I'm getting, that what we're doing right now, this is being created from our intention. Because my intention, my passion is to do these TV shows, right?
Right. Yes.
Without me having this passion and this intention, you wouldn't be here right now. Because
Exactly.
it would not be happening. And same with you. You are on your path, and our path has crossed. So in terms of, and I want to make sure that I say this right. So we have this already way of being and being powerful, that we creating this experience, aren't we? Is somebody else involved in creating this?
You mean before it happened? Did somebody or something put this all together, the right timing for us to talk, creating the
Right.
show?
Did we do it? Are we responsible for this, or is there something else going on?
There's something else going on.
Like what?
I was always taught, and I believe fervently, before my soul came down this lifetime as Jan White, way up in the ethers, my soul sat down with whomever and decided what people, what other souls were going to be in my life this lifetime, what I was going to accomplish, what opportunities were going to come my way, what bad things, what good things, everything that was going to happen, provided my free will was also in place. So for us to come together today at this moment, for you to have the show that you have, it was already worked out before you were even born. That's
Oh,
my belief.
okay. So let me see if I understand this. So what you're saying is that there's a game,
Yes.
okay, and we're playing the game,
Hmm.
and the game has a certain path for us to follow. Matter of fact, maybe even I want to say that we are being kind of pushed along on a certain path. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, but then if we would be just being pushed along and we would just listen, um, then everything would be working out based on what's supposed to be happening in this game. But what makes the game even more interesting and complex is that people don't listen.
And they don't listen because they give up.
Why don't they listen, Jen? What's the problem? Why aren't we
because
listening?
because their ego gets in the way. So, as an example, this show that we're doing right now, it could very well be that 5 minutes before we actually got together on the show, I got cold feet and decided I didn't. No, I'm not going to call in.
You're gonna check out.
Yeah, yeah, because let's
Okay.
just say the ego, which is fear in this case, got hold of me, and I
Mhm.
decided I'm not going to do it.
Mm.
Okay, now let's talk again about the artistry of change. Here, let's say you want this beautiful red car, okay, that you just saw on the freeway, and that was your vision, and that's your intention. So now things are starting to move along. Change happens because change has to happen to change you, to change your beliefs, to change your bottlenecks so that you can grow to be at the frequency to receive that red car. Okay? Now, so hold on, just give me a second.
I'm holding.
Okay. So now something happens, a situation happens, and um, you're told you can't have that. You can't have a car. Why should you have a car? You don't deserve it. And you believe that. So you give up. It's that ego that comes into place where you believe the ego rather than trusting that life will give you what you want. Does that answer your question?
Almost, but I think we're gonna get
Okay.
there here. We're gonna get there very quickly here. So I want to go back to the beginning. What you said. It was a great example, by the way. That 5 minutes before the show, you would have checked out, and
Mm-hmm.
because of fear. A fantastic example. But let me continue on that path.
Okay.
So so the game is being designed in such a way that you are supposed to be on a TV show. You were supposed to be on this one, but you ran. So is it possible that the game now is going to change and it's going to give you another opportunity to be on another TV show? And then you have an opportunity at that time. It's going to be a bigger opportunity than this one. It might be you might be asked to come in onto NBC or MSNBC or Fox or
Right.
whatever, and you'll have an opportunity again to be on a TV because you're supposed to be. There's a reason why you're supposed to be on TV. It doesn't matter what it is, but you're going to be presented a second opportunity. So this is like a video game, okay? So you left phase one and now you're going to phase two, and the opportunity comes back again, all over again, because you're supposed to do this. So this time, however, you you're not going to run. You're going to
Okay.
stay. You're going to stay.
Okay. But let's take another look at what we're talking about. Let's say it was set up that I was supposed to be on this show, and this show was then, because it's going to be on YouTube, et cetera, certain people are going to see it, and boom, my career just blossoms.
Hmm.
Okay?
Right.
Now, on the other hand, if I chose, because of my ego, not to be on this show, then I have fallen prey to my ego, and maybe for the rest of my life I'll be living in fear because I'm not going to be able to take the risk. And so the career that was supposed to happen doesn't, because the ego got involved. Again, that's free will. So that means next lifetime, all this wonderful information is going to be getting out there, but not this lifetime with me.
Okay, got you.
That,
So what I'm still got a little hung up on is when you're describing the ego, where is that? Who is that?
that's the little you.
What is that? Okay, I was trying to have you get there earlier on the show, but somehow we didn't get there.
Oh. Sorry.
So if I described it this way, if I use the word I am, and if I described AM as the little you and the I, the expanded self, would that be fairly accurate?
It's funny that you use the I am, which is really from Saint Germain, because the I am is the most powerful term that you could ever use.
Yeah,
So
I agree, but most people don't know that.
oh, well, well, hey.
Well, you do.
I always use the term the little you and the big you. The little you being the personality, which is your ego, and the big you, which is your higher self, which is the all-knowingness, which is connected to source, God, universe. That,
Okay.
to me, makes it very explanatory.
So let me just put one more twist on this conversation, okay, and then we move on.
Okay.
So, is it possible? This is for most people, including myself, that what we're up against is our own self, meaning
Yes.
meaning that we actually are in a fight, constant fight with our expanded self, and our expanded self really knows what's best for us, but we are in a constant fight. How do I want to put this? It's like we are up against our own power. Would that be accurate?
Perfect. That is what life is all about for every one of us. Is this war that's going on between our ego, the small us, and the higher self, which wants us to be evolved, wants us to have spiritual growth. It doesn't care if you really get that red car. What it really cares about is the growth that you go through on the journey to getting the red car. It's the little you that wants that red car. And that's the only reason you're on the path to get it.
So what if our expanded self just wanted to have fun? Matter of fact, that's what the game is all about, just to have fun.
Yeah. It depends on your personality. With me, I don't want to have fun. I want to grow. That's the only important thing for me is growth.
I want both.
But that's my personality. And yet a neighbor of mine, all she wants to do is go have fun. But that's set up for her path. That's what she's supposed to do in this lifetime. She's not right or wrong, and I'm not right or wrong.
Right, exactly. So how does the Artistry of Change, the book that you've written, assists people to transform this war between the AM and the I?
The purpose of Artistry of Change is to educate people in understanding why things happen. Because when you know why what you think is a negative situation that just happened in your life, when you understand that, oh, that's stage number 3, and it's a test asking you for more specific information, then you don't go into the frustration and the anger and the fear. You say, oh, well, of course that's why it happened. Choice of thinking that's reality or saying to the universe, no, I'm not going to accept that. Bring me what I want. But you see, that is how life works. But people don't understand that, which is why the artistry of change is so important, to keep people more objective so they don't fall prey to the feelings of negative feelings. Because it's the negative feelings that make them want to just give up.
And those are the negative feelings that we have been basically putting in place most of our lives, that keeps us in a limited existence and limited reality. Would that be accurate?
Exactly. I mean, this country is going through a mammoth surge of introspection right now for the same reason. It's like this big situation is at our forefront, and we're trying to figure out whether to give up or to stay committed to what our beliefs are, and that our beliefs, just having the beliefs, is going to make the changes for the best, for the highest good of everyone, that it's possible. And that's why we're going through what we are going through right now.
And it's in our face, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Fantastic. So tell our viewers, unfortunately, the Conscious Half Hour is over already, but tell our viewers, where can they get your book, The Artistry of Change, or any other product or service that you are offering?
Well, the best way to find out more information is by going on my website, which is artistryofchange.net, not .com, but .net, or to give me a call, 509-230-1964. I'd be more than happy to chat, to answer any questions or concerns. I love talking about this stuff, as you can tell.
Yes, I can. So do I. I could be here all night long. So Jan, you were absolutely fantastic. Thank you for bringing the Artistry of Change to the network. So we had an opportunity to talk about that and how important it is right now for the entire planet to wake up. We don't have to, but we have an opportunity to do that right now, more so than ever before. What a great time to live and play this game.
Yes, it's interesting.
Very, very interesting. So thank you so much again, Jen, to be here. You're fantastic, and make sure everybody goes to her website. And other than that, thank you for everybody for watching. And again, you were watching Conscious Evolution Media, the Mind, Body and Soul TV. That's been going on for, I don't even know, more than 8 years minimum. So thank you so much. Everybody keep coming back, tuning in. Tomorrow evening, we have a huge show. We're going to have three absolute experts in regards to the mind, because the mind is just a funny thing. So we're going to be learning from 3 different experts what the mind is and how we can use our mind to its maximum efficiency and power. So tune in, and then we have our Sunday show at 10 o'clock. Keep watching. Keep watching on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, Conscious Evolution Media. the more you watch, the more these shows get onto the top 10. When they get onto the top 10, they have an opportunity to go to PBS, public television, or to cable TV, or to who knows. We're constantly looking at opportunities to take our message out to the entire world, not to the universe, because I'm not sure about the universe. Other Thank you. Have a good evening, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
Great.